Good morning. I had a crazy dream where I was performing at the Capitol Hill and Comedy Bar November 1st and 2nd in Seattle. Oh, wait, that wasn't a dream. That's really happening. Get your tickets now at BrendanSagalow.com.
Hey, everybody. Before we get in the show, you know what this is. This is another little, check out my special Thin Lips. It is available right now. The response has been great. The comments are great. I love the fan art. It's just been a really fun time. And if you haven't seen it, just check it out. And, tell me how you feel. Please don't be mean to me. You know what I'm saying. If you watch the special, you know what I'm saying. Really annoying of me tonight. But I'll tell you what. We've been recording all day, so I am losing my mind. So check out Thin Lips. It's available right now on my YouTube. Just click my little face right over here or here, and it should be the first thing you see on my channel. And share with a friend. That's huge. Please share it. Well, I love you. Let's get into the show.
The Rap Jack Black and Sagdaddy, I'm back at it with a fantastic podcast for your asses. Yapping in a trap like a rescue cat, and the rescued up like they're waiting on the Batman. You tuned into the dude who threw booze back, blacked out, woke up drunk, covered in bruises. It's Sagdaddy the pod, an odd fellow, the great white chubby, I'm becoming a marshmallow. It's Sagdaddy the pod, so sit back and relax, cause like a broken arm, I got a cast now. It's Sagdaddy the pod, you made a good choice, so enjoy, don't be annoyed, now here's my dumb voice.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Sagdaddy the pod. It is when did we started at 11 today? It's 7:30. So I am running, that's right, on fumes. We got a great episode for you tonight. Literally tonight. So there you go. John Feitelberg is in the house. I just wanted to get somebody. I wanted us in the same room because everybody thinks we look alike and it's bugging the shit out of me. Okay, it's bugging the spit out of me. I already said it. Who cares? It's a great episode. John's a good dude. We get a little personal with him. I can tell. Sometimes we get personal, and where I'm just like, I just like ask somebody something personal. Do you have a wife? Do you have any kids? Do you want a wife? Do you go to therapy? And I could just see the guy. Nicole doesn't see this, but I'm so close to their eyes. I can see them like, yeah, and I could see that a little bit in John. I don't think anybody's ever asked stuff like that, which isn't that personal. It's not that crazy of questions, but I don't know. Nobody knows what they're getting when they come here. They're on their way here, and they're like, I don't know what this show is going to be. Every episode is different. I flip out on people. We get personal. We talk shop. It's a whole fucking thing. So I understand that people are like, I don't. Even he said he's like, I thought this was a prank. I thought you guys were going to prank me. He thought we were going to like carry him, like spill pig's blood on him, which would have been great radio. TBH. So let's just get into it. I hope you like it. If you're new here, thanks for being here. I almost said sticking around. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to catch all things Sagdaddy, the sluggish man. Really trying to push that hashtag. And that's it. Leave a good comment. We love you and enjoy the show. Living in the city fucking sucks. Where do you live? You don't have to. Do you live in like a suburbs area? Or
no,
do you live
I
in
live in the city. I live in like the worst part of the city. I live on.
Yeah.
And
we don't want to Matt Rife you, dude. You hear about that?
No.
Apparently Matt Rife said his fucking address or something. He didn't say his address, but he said like he was, people are psychos.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he was able to say like, I live in this state. I'm this far away from the airport, and I have this much land, and people were like,
like those geotaggers or whatever they're called.
Exact up. They knew exactly where he was living.
Every time I tell someone where I live, if I say the neighborhood, it's one of three neighborhoods.
Right.
And people get real. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. This is where it is.
Right. Come
you
find
can
me.
tell me what neighborhood it is.
Come find me. Where do you live?
It's People will say it's West Village, Meatpacking, Chelsea. Whichever one you say.
I love the meatpacking.
Meatpacking is nice.
It's nice.
It's perfect for me.
I
It's-
really
and I just found out
love-
it's what do you call it? Rent stabilized, which I did not know. And I was like, oh, I'm never leaving then.
Oh my God, I want that so bad. They keep raising it on this fucking place.
It was
Um,
my old neighbor. I lived upstairs. I had like a neighbor who's like a cool guy, and we were cool in the hallways, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And then he was moving out, and we started talking more then because it was the end of the relationship. And it was like turns out he's like a famous photographer. Like he's got a Wikipedia. He's been in the
really?
MoMA. He's been in Museum of Fine Arts. He's like a well-established photographer. And I was like, why the fuck have you been living here for 40 years then? Not that it's a bad place. It's just why I stay
Why
in one
would you?
place.
Yeah.
And he's like, the whole building he's Brazilian. The whole building is rent stabilized, John. I was like, really? They didn't mention that to me.
Please clip that Brazilian accent because that was just your voice, but deeper. Yeah. Hey, he's Brazilian, so he was like this. And
John,
yeah.
you must look at the pictures. I can't do the Brazilian.
there was a guy, I had a neighbor, my favorite neighbor. He lived above me. His name was Dave. He was a playwright, still is, I'm sure. And he was my only solace of this whole place because I don't really like this building. It fucking sucks. There's children always running around. It fucking blows. But he was living in that apartment, and he was just, and he's like, I moved out. He's like, I got to move out. And he was like, I lived here for years. And I was like, well, what made you want to move out? And he's like, oh, I smelled gas. And I was like, I like literally just moved in. I was like, huh? You know. But I was in the meatpacking district. Speaking of little Venn diagram of worlds we have going on, I was in the meatpacking district the other day. Cause Adam Ferrone invited me to his nicest thing.
Oh, right.
And I've never been to a rap battle before. Not one that wasn't like comedians rap battle.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay. And I go, well, what time is it? And he goes, it's 3 to 10. And I go 3 to, what is this, a fucking comedy what is this, a festival? And I go, okay, I'll go at 8, right? I'm on a comp list, whatever. And I get there and I go, maybe I shouldn't say this because I love Roan. He's a great dude. But I get there and I'm like, yes, I'm here to and it's a fucking rap battle. I didn't know what I was expecting. There were so many people there. It's like I was, and they're all talking about different rappers. You can hear the conversations of like, yeah, G Money fucking sucks and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, this is like packed, and you could smell the weed coming from the way. I'm like, I did not, and I'm alone, so I'm like nervous, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be on a comp list of some sort, and they're like, okay, and then they go, yeah, you're here, and they go, unfortunately, we're at capacity with the comps, so it'll be $25.
No.
Now, you know me, I got that money, but I just went, nope, not having it, and it wasn't even a principal thing. It was just kind of like, I was just nervous to go in. I was like, I'm going to be in a place that I don't really know. So I just left and I walked around the meatpacking district.
It's like going to the gym and it's raining and you're like, never mind, can't go today.
Yeah, don't know what that is, but yeah, I still pay for my gym.
Once there's one hurdle, you decide, never mind, fuck this.
Oh yeah, which is such a fucking issue. Now I brought this up because I got a fucking bone to pick with you. And I don't know, it's not your fault. But every time I post anything, I get your fucking name sent to me. And people are like, what happened? They're like, what happened to John? He's gained so much weight, blah, blah, blah. And it really drives me nuts. And I don't know who to take it out on besides you.
I think it should be me. Like, it's a very fair thing to do. Like, I won't begrudge you at all.
I mean, it does make me so mad. That's why I was like, I got to have him come on the podcast.
I'm very grateful for that. I never go on podcasts. No, this is like...
Really?
No one ever asked me, so I never go. But I was like talking to
maybe
Kevin.
They're asking me, and they're like, "Oh shit, we thought."
Kevin today, I was like, I don't know, like I just feel like it's kind of a trick. And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, I don't know, like no one ever asked me to go on a podcast.
What do you think I'm gonna do?
I feel like it's like like I don't think it ever happened in real life, but like in movies when like the hot girl around the corner wants to kiss you, and you go over and you get a face of pea balloon.
Right.
Like, I'm like, I don't know, something's gonna happen. Like I'm
inviting you to prom. Because out of a dare, you're like, who's the stupidest guest you can get on the podcast? It's like she's saw that or whatever movie that is.
It would be again much like you're holding it over. It's like it's a fair thing to do.
I just wanted evidence of us in the same room.
Yeah.
That's really what I wanted because I get your name, I get Kevin's name sent to me. I get people, and the comments aren't just like, "Oh, this guy looks like." People are like, they're like, "Did you see this?" People are like, Feitelberg, did you see this guy?
Really?
Yeah, and you know, and I just don't know what to do about it. I get you, I get Shane, I get Tim. Sometimes.
I was gonna say, do you get a lot? Because I get a million.
Who do you get?
They're never like people, but it's like
they're never people. They're like, this guy looks like a snail.
Well, there's been the blobfish.
You do look like the blobfish.
The blobfish is a big one.
You do look like the blobfish.
There's this guy. I have a couple. I'm gonna try and pull them up. Of like ones that over the years have been like
I'm stuck on this blobfish.
The blobfish is a big one.
That's a compliment though. Blobfish is. Who is that chick? Who is that? You look just like that. Who is that?
It's just some girl from someone like had a Tinder profile, and they were like, holy shit, this is Feitelberg.
Okay, we gotta please send that to me so we can send it to Nicole. Yeah, that's hilarious, dude. You look just like that girl.
There's this
just
guy,
some random girl,
just some random chick on Tinder from Illinois.
You guys should hook up.
This one's the big one. It's a German Durex ad. That I look just like the condom model. Although it looks like the picture's been deleted from the internet.
I take back any anger I've had for you because this is crazy.
Yeah, but you get this too. Like people will
the time.
post like a random video or picture and tag you.
You do look like that guy.
There's a lot. I've been
holy shit.
I've gotten to be a lot of people in my lifetime.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And I'm gonna say this right now, and I don't care how the commenters or the listeners take this, okay? I think a lot of people think they're fucking hilarious with that, and it's bottom of the barrel bullshit where they just say, they go, the first comment is, you look like, it's always something like, Feitelberg gained some weight. It's always that one. It's always like, well, what? Oh, so Tim let himself go. Shane let himself go. It's always like,
so you're smaller than Tim and Shane.
I think I'm bigger than Shane, but
Shane's got the height.
Shane's not a fat guy.
Shane's just a big guy.
Tim, I mean, I when I had my blonde hair or whatever, I got Tim a lot. But I think it's very easy. Humor. This is me taking it out. Even though my whole act is like, don't I look like this fucking guy? You know? Some people have given me stuff that I've said on stage.
Really?
Yeah.
From an Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, when I had blonde hair, somebody on Instagram called me Draco Mouthful, and I put it in my act. I was like, all right. I was like, nobody's gonna use this. I've used some stuff. Like I had a joke.
Draco Mouthful.
I had a joke about Christmas, which, by the way, I think I want to do a whole hour on Christmas.
Yeah,
and put out a Christmas. Should we, we'll start working on it in December. Problem is, when you do Christmas jokes at any other point, there's a shelf life. During December, Christmas jokes are like, people love them, they're cracking up at them and everything, and then slowly, as the months go, people are like, why are you talking about Christmas? No one wants to hear it.
You're a fucking weirdo.
But I would love to do like an hour on Christmas. But I had a Christmas
do
joke.
like Ari's.
What's Ari's
like
with
Jew.
the Jew?
Yeah,
but that's like, people are always Jews.
Yeah.
There's not like, there's not like Christmas all year round. So it'd be very hard. I'd have to work on it. And I say we because Nicole's directing it. We would have to like really just work it real hard in December, wait another year, see if the hour is still good, and then do it. And then when you're like, in 4 years, I'll be like, I think this is good to film.
Dude, it's worked for Rudolph. Just hammer it every December. You're just gonna go crazy.
Make it clay, like a clay beginning. Yeah. But I had a joke.
You look like a great clay guy.
I know. Yeah, we both look like that fucking the guy who chops down trees in the.
Heat Miser? No.
No.
Yeah.
What are those called, by the way? Those movies. There's a certain like something in Bass or something, or what is it? Can you look this up? Rankin.
Right.
Rankin Bass.
But you're also talking about Yukon Cornelius, I believe.
Yes, that's it. That's who it is.
But I had a joke about how my parents. It was like something like I never believed in Santa because I didn't have a chimney, and I was like, how does Santa get in? It was something like that. And then I had tweeted that or something, and someone went, my dad told me he gave him the garage code, and I went, well, that's the joke.
Yeah.
And I just went like, I think I DM that person. Now I won't DM. If you put a joke, I'm like, I'm taking that.
Yeah.
I'm putting it in my act. This is like currency. But I was like, I just took that one. I might have DM'd that person and go, can I use that? And they're like, what?
Is it this easy?
Yeah. So I was like, but you, so do you want to have a family? I love going from Christmas to, do you want a family?
Do I want?
Why are you gay?
I think I don't want a family. I don't actively want a family.
Do you have a, now you don't have to get too into the weeds here, because again, we have psychopaths that listen to this, but actually I think our fans are pretty nice for the most part, right?
No, not giving
Nope.
psycho in like a stalky way, if that's
I
what
don't
you
think
mean.
anybody stalks anybody in this.
That's
we're-
good. That's
we're
good.
pretty
I like
good.
that. That's refreshing.
We're pretty good. If anybody's the stalker, it's fucking me. I'm the biggest criminal in the whole thing. But do you have a girlfriend or a wife or anything?
No.
Boyfriend?
No.
Hey. No, none of that.
No, but it's honestly really bizarre you were saying that, because on the train here, I was thinking about it. I don't know
Really?
why. I
Really?
have no idea why.
Getting in a relationship.
Not even, but just like, I think like it was just like, I was like, I'd have a kid, I guess. Like if we were like,
Horrible way to like start a family. Like, I guess I'll have a kid.
Well, like, I mean, like I've been in relationships in the past where we've had scares. I'll be like, all right, I'll be the one to break the ice. I think abortion, but
Yeah.
whatever you think was what we're gonna do. But
wow,
if
you're
we're
the one
asking-
to break the ice on that.
If we're asking for opinions, I think probably we'll go somewhere else with
Dude,
it.
there's nothing like a guy when the idea of a scare comes up, the vision of a guy tiptoeing around what to do, because you're supposed to like let the women decide for the most part. You're kind of like, so yeah, what do you want to do? And you have to be the good guy and be like, whatever you want to do, I will do it.
I'm like a sex ed video just that's like skipping on repeat. I'm like, your body, your choice. Your body, your choice.
Yeah, your body, your
But
choice.
I think probably abortion.
Yeah, your choice, pro-choice. Yeah, but
If you're fielding opinions, I have one. But whatever you want to do.
But do you have any interest in like getting a wife or anything like that?
I don't know. Again, like, this is probably the first time I'd ever say like I'd at least considered it.
Yeah.
And not considered it, but just like am open to the idea. I would have said for the last decade plus, I would have been like, no. And this is now like, it's just what I'm feeling currently. Tomorrow I might feel something completely different.
How are you in relationships? Like, are you what's like the? It's hard to get all fucking
No,
Howard
I'm
Stern
game,
on ya.
dude. I like to think of myself as an energy matcher.
Energy matcher.
Like,
Is that
whatever
like
energy you're gonna bring to the table, I'm gonna give it to you too.
Really? Like in a okay, yeah, I could feel that. Like I guess I kind of, is that like a term?
I
Like,
don't think
are you
so.
just kind of like making that up
I think
yourself?
I'm just making it up.
That's
yeah.
hilarious. Yeah, because there are terms, right? Like like a romance avoidant or something like that. Isn't that something? I'm definitely like an avoidant. Like I'm like, I mean, I get into relationships, but then I'm like, I wall up, and it's a fucking nightmare.
I'm a conflict avoidant. So like
Me too.
if you're like wearing, most of my relationships have been, I'm hanging out, we're hooking up, and someone goes, we're in a relationship now, and I go, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
That's about how it typically goes, and then that'll last 5-6 years.
Yep.
And then
Yep, I'm the same way.
They'll be like, I don't think he wanted to be in this ever.
I'm the same way. I'll just get into relationships, and not saying I'm in a really great relationship now that I love, but prior to that, I would just get into relationships, and that I loved too. But I would just, I'm like, even you kind of ignore all the red flags and stuff.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like, yeah, I'll just stay in this for 5 years, and then, hopefully I'll get the balls to break up with them, or it'll end in a fucking screaming match. And
I treat red flags like yellow lights. Where you're like, let's hurry up and just get
Yeah,
through
I'll go
this,
right through.
and then afterwards will be smooth sailing. And then next thing you
That's
know, wouldn't
great.
you guess? There's another one.
Yeah, dude, I treat them like stop signs. I just stop for a second, I acknowledge it, and then I just keep moving.
You give the 4-way look. Like, I'll even look right twice. Nah, all right, let's keep going.
Do you go to therapy? Anything like that?
I have a toxic relationship with therapy. I'm in and out a lot. Like there are
Really? What do you like? I'm a therapy guy. I don't push it on anybody, obviously. But I'm always interested because I love it.
Yeah.
From the beginning, I loved it. So I'm always interested in why people don't like it or have a toxic relationship, as you'd say.
I've had therapists who were, in my opinion, too easy on me. Where like it was a lot of just like, well, you're trying your best. I'm like, call me on my shit.
Wow.
Call me on my shit.
Wow.
And then I've had, it's just also like despite what we're doing currently and what I do for a living, I'm not really much of a talker.
Yeah.
Like I do it in the microphones. So like every time I'd show up and she'd be like, so what do you want to talk about today? I'm like, I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
Right.
And
right.
I'm like, I'm not coming with a list of stuff of like things that bothered me. Like so then I'd be like, well, why did I carve 2 hours out of my day to get
2 hours? Oh,
to get here.
To
and
get
all that
there,
stuff.
do an hour.
And
I don't even do an hour with my therapist. We do like, I go there with a thing, we talk it through, and I either leave before it's figured out because it's getting way too personal. Like where I'm like, okay, well, I think I'll think about this. And he's like, sit, we're gonna like, let's fish this out a little bit more. Or yeah, I just so I'll do like 30 minutes top. Sometimes I'm in there for 20 minutes.
Really?
And I'm like, why did I just give him money for 20 minutes? But yeah, it helps. I mean, and he's like he's the comedy therapist too. So he like,
oh, I've heard about this guy.
This guy.
Is he in Brooklyn?
Yeah. He's in, Union. He's by Union Square.
Okay. All right.
So you kind of get to like be like, I'm not getting any spots.
I think Sam was telling us a story about that once.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like he hated waiting in the waiting room because he could hear and couldn't hear voices or anything like that, but could hear if the comedian in there was getting laughs.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's getting more laughs than me.
Yeah. When he was in his other office, the person before me was Stavros, and Stavros has such a laugh.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you can hear him killing in there, and I'm like, I'm going in with some sad shit. I actually just showed. So Alan, the therapist, was like, "Let me see your special." He's like, "I want to see your special." Blah blah blah. And I sent him the special, and when I saw him on this week, he was like, "You're funny. You're funny." He's like, he said something, and not as insulting as I'm about to make it, but something like I didn't expect that you were actually that funny. And I was like, why? And he's like, because, when you're in here, I'm like, oh, and I'm always fucking crying and shit. I mean, yeah.
I used to get in my own head about that too, though.
What,
Which
therapy?
is another reason why I probably didn't like it. Like if I wasn't getting a lot of laughs that session.
Oh,
I'd be
yeah.
like, this kind of fucking sucks.
Well, I don't give a shit about the laughs because I get laughs from him and we're laughing, having a good time. The thing that I want is tears.
You want tears?
I want him to cry.
Dude, you know what I got once, which was the best I've ever gotten?
What?
It's just a good. Oof.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get. Well, this is what I'll get to the extent because comics have been like, has he cried for you yet? Have you blah, 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 blah. And like
Crying
Joe List
for
will be
you?
like, he's cried. Yeah, he cried. I mean, like tears come down and he's like, that's really sad and shit. I don't get that. He never gets that. But my problems are probably not at all issues with him at all. He's probably like, oh yeah, that's not sad. But I'll get a woof. I'll get a and a lot of the times I'll get a well, that's sad. He goes like, that's sad. And I'm like, yeah, it's sad,
what are you
is.
gonna do?
It is. He's like, yeah, that's really sad and messed up. And I'm sorry. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. But I really want to make him cry.
I think if my therapist cried, I'd leave.
Yeah, what do you do?
I'd be like, you
gotta be like hand him the tissues. You're like, here you go.
Clean it up, dude. You gotta be a professional.
Have you ever
right?
cried in therapy when you go?
I've cried once, one time.
Really?
Yeah, and it was
Big cry, or was it like a
no? It was like it wasn't like an ugly
like
cry.
Indian seeing
tears
a
were
seeing
flowing,
trash?
but it wasn't like a breakthrough type thing. It was just like it was the day my buddy had died. It was the anniversary of that
of
kind
course,
of deal.
yeah.
And so like it was something. Obviously, I don't know if I classify as I've dealt with, so to speak, but like it happened 10 years ago. Like it's not a
still fucking
constant
big,
thing on my mind.
I bet it is though. As someone who's also had friends pass on it's a constant thing for me.
Yeah.
I'm constantly thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really think about it. I mean, sure, it's tattooed on my arm to make sure I think about it every day.
Sure, I bring it up in every conversation that I have in some way.
Sure, I try my
some
best to be known as the kid with the dead best friends guy.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Well, that's rough. I'm sorry that happened to you 10 years ago.
Yeah, 12 actually to be exact.
Yeah, but I mean, not to get too into it, but it's like if there's also like a thing where both of my buddies went by suicide. Ooh. So there's an anger with it too. Is that what you're about to say?
No. I was saying I gave you a genuine woof.
Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, that's sad. Now my goal is to make you cry. Let's make him cry, and then that'll be the clip, and everyone will go, "Oh, Kevin!" Tag KFC.
Look, Feitelberg's looking in a mirror and crying.
Oh, question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah. So there's that anger with it too. So it's like that's why I'm always thinking about it. Like, how could you fucking go out like that?
Yeah.
You ever think like, oh, this is getting deep. I don't know how deep you want to go, but I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, should I kill myself? And I was like, nah, that's not how I go. That's not how I go out.
Not by suicide?
Nah.
Dude,
no.
I recently had the realization that I haven't thought about killing myself in like
that's
a
great.
year. And I was like, that's kind of cool, but I'm also kind of a pussy now.
It's like it's like that game. I don't know if you played this when we were kids, but it's like the game where you go, oh, you just lost the game, and you're like, oh, I thought about it. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
So there's a game. Do you know what I'm talking about, Nicole? So there's a game we used to play when we were younger called the game or something. I don't know what the fuck it is, but you would if someone goes, oh, by the way, you just lost the game. So you lose the game by thinking about that game. So you go, oh fuck, I just lost the game because I'm thinking about it. Anyway. So that was the reference I was trying to make.
Was it like a specific game? Like I thought of Risk. Like, is that,
no.
So I'm still winning.
Well, no, because we're talking about it. So you are thinking about it right now.
Okay.
That's the game. And then when you go, oh, I haven't thought about that in 3 years, you go, well, I just lost it because I was thinking about it. So that's what the suicide thing is for you.
Yeah.
But I'm always thinking about bowing out.
What way are you often thinking about it?
No way would be good enough to honor the life that I have led. No, I'd be like, I don't know. I usually think of like getting in a car and going in a garage and I just don't want anyone to find me.
Yeah.
I want it to be like, I don't want anyone to have clarity. Or what is that? Not clarity.
Closure.
I don't want anyone to have closure. I want my family to still think I'm out there.
Yeah. He was kidnapped as an adult. And
There's
never
no
came
way
back.
he would ever do that. No, but I was like, yeah, I just don't think that that's the way I go. I'm more like I'm constipated from a bunch of Percocet, and then I have a heart attack on a toilet. But whatever. Not to get too into this. But
I was always a window guy.
Jumping out a window?
Yeah. Spoke to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, sorry.
I don't know. Started in college. I always wanted to jump out my window my freshman year of college, and it just
I wonder if we're going to get demonetized for this.
Stuck with me.
Jumping out of a window?
Yeah.
That's crazy. The splat.
Yeah, right. I was the opposite of you. I was like, I want everyone to find me. If I could do it on Main Street, that'd be great.
Main Street, USA, Disney World. If I could do it in
was
Disney
small town
World.
Vermont at the time, so Main Street kind of does work.
Yeah, dude. I would like go out like fucking what's his name from Game of Thrones, just leaning out a window and going like that. Woof. But let's get off this topic because suicide is not monetizable, right? I mean, this is not going to make any money. But yeah, I've been thinking about having a family and starting a family. I think.
Yeah.
I just
what made you start thinking about it?
I was like, I was just like, I want people I could trust in my life.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Isn't that crazy?
But like,
I want to make people I can trust. I want to sit around and be like, and have this big family, but I don't want to go through all the pains of that. And like, I don't want to sacrifice my life.
Yeah.
Video games.
That's one I've always been like, well, like, I'm being selfish and I think I have the right to be like, I want to be selfish with my life. I want to do whatever I want, whenever I want.
Right. But what is it that you want to do whatever you want, whenever you want? Like what is it specifically?
I do a good amount and I don't want to stop. That's basically it.
Well, what do you do?
I I go on vacation a lot.
Okay.
That's one.
Hell yeah, dude.
I just go like Thursday to Sunday.
Where do you go on vacation?
did everywhere. This summer I went to Colorado, France, Italy, Ireland.
In one summer?
Ireland was March.
What do you go for, like a day?
I usually take the red eye Wednesday night, and then I come back Sunday.
Wow. Holy shit. Ireland is fun. I've been to Ireland.
Ireland was sick.
They
Ireland
love
was
to
really
fucking
cool.
party there. I think if I go, because I don't drink anymore, but I think if I ever leave the country, I'm gonna drink. Oh, I was so close to drinking the other day. I was this close. It was creeping up. I went to go see Bowling for Soup.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I got in a legit fight recently about them because they were on a list for one hit wonders, and I was like, Bowling for Soup's not one hit wonder.
Let's go through their hits. Let's go through this Wonders hits. Okay, we got obviously 1985.
Yep.
Come
Come back to Texas.
back to Ohio. Come back to Texas. High School Never Ends. Almost.
Yeah. Wait, almost?
Almost was a single.
I was in.
And I
was thinking
almost had
wait, that's Bowling for Soup. I
you.
thought that was Simple Plan.
No, that's
That's
Bowling for Soup.
All right.
Then you have Girl All the Bad Guys Want.
Yeah.
Then you have Punk Rock 101. Okay? So everybody can shut the fuck up. And the theme song to Phineas and Ferb, which they played, by the way.
Really?
They played that, which is so insane.
Is that from the new Disney punk rock album?
No.
It's kind of fire, by the
No,
way.
they wrote the theme song to Phineas and Ferb, which was ahead of my time. How old are you?
I am 36.
Okay, yeah. So behind our time. What is it, behind or ahead? Behind.
Yeah.
It was behind us. Whatever. I never watched Phineas and Ferb.
No,
but
I don't know that one either.
What was I saying about Bowling for Soup?
You just went to a concert.
But why did I bring that up? Come on.
Families? Starting
Yeah,
a
we were
family?
families.
Oh, vacations. Oh, I almost
Vacation.
drank. I almost drank.
Yeah.
Because their bus driver. So we were like backstage and we were watching, and their bus driver handed us a bunch of free beers. And I was just sitting there and I was like, man, this would be fucking awesome to like just open this beer and drink it right now and like watch this band. Do
Yeah.
you have anything that you quit or anything like that?
I mean, I don't. I used to drink just an insane amount.
Yeah.
And I don't drink like that anymore. I drink very rarely now. But like, I do things and quit them a lot. I
Like
guess.
what?
Just like, I guess not a lot. I don't know. I not really. I guess like drinking. I don't really like. I don't party like I used to. I used to drink and do drugs a lot.
I have
don't-
no interest in partying ever again.
I go back and forth with it. Where like my brother got married this weekend, and
Nice.
I had like a couple of drinks at it, but I was like, I could really pop the governor off right now.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't like
Pop the governor off is. I'm somehow using that. I don't think I'm gonna do that when I bust in my lady. I'm about to pop the governor off in you.
But I don't want to. Like
Yeah.
I actually, it's funny. Like, so you're talking about how you don't really drink much anymore, drink it anymore. Is it like, would you say you're an alcoholic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you taste it and you're like, I need 10 more.
It's different. Like I'm not like I need 10 more. I'm like the only way to enjoy this is to have 10 more. And also it's not like I'm not like one of those guys that's like, oh man, once I have it, it's all done. I'll be doing coke and meth and blah 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 and all this shit. But this is how I look at it. I go, it was hard for me to quit. Like it was hard for me to like reason with myself why I should quit, and that's what makes me an alcoholic, because I'm like, I don't need to quit. And if the thought is like, I really don't want to, that is me being like, oh, you love this too much.
Right.
Like
right.
you should be able to quit. That's why I'm like, I know I'm addicted to weed, because if anybody was like, you should quit weed, I'm like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. No. And that's what makes you a fucking addict. If you're
Okay.
not like, yeah, you know what, I'm not going to smoke for a couple weeks. Like if that was easy,
Yeah.
but it's not easy for me.
I get that.
But
that actually
Boy, would
kind of-
I love to. Did you bring a date to this wedding?
Did I bring a date to the wedding? I did not.
Did you hook up at the wedding?
I didn't. I was the officiant, so I was the priest there.
You did that?
I did that. Yeah.
Do you have to get a license for that?
Yeah, but it was like crazy.
You just go online, right?
like-
I
like
did that in high school.
Filled out like 3 forms. It was in Massachusetts, so it was like from the state of Massachusetts. Like
It really doesn't. It's not real. Like there's not. These forms aren't real.
They're
right?
as real as the priest is. Which is
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you just go in there and you go, but what it really is they go to the governor's, not the governor's, but the government building of the town,
Yeah.
and then that's the wedding.
And then you
That's
just
the
kinda-
real
exactly
marriage.
It's the now pronounced you husband and wife. That's not real.
Now, did you try to be funny?
I did. I tried. It was, first of all, the bride and groom, every time I asked for advice, were just like, we just want it fast. And like that was it. I was like, I don't need to opine on your relationship. So just tell me what you want me to say and I'll say it.
Right.
And they're like, we don't care what you say, just make it fast. So like, I also feel like a lot of people go into those speeches, be it best man or be it officiant, and they either like, I want to be funny or I want to make people cry, kind of like us at therapy.
Right.
Or like, and I was like, I just want to give a speech. But so like, it was a little funny, it was a little heartfelt, it was a little of this.
Yeah.
But like, I opened with a joke and it did not go, it wasn't a bomb, but it got a couple of chuckles and I was like, that was funnier than that. So I guess I'm up against it now.
What was the joke?
I said, for those of you who don't know, I'm John Feitelberg. I'm the brother of the bride, brother of the groom, and soon to be brother of the bride.
Yeah.
I was going to start this off by making fun of their odd choice for an officiant, an unmarried man standing here deciding what love is worthy. But then I realized throughout history, that's basically every marriage. So congrats, you got an expert.
Okay.
And I thought that was like worth.
It's got a rhythm.
Yeah.
You got a rhythm to it. I don't quite get it, to be honest, but I'm a moron.
All priests are unmarried men.
Oh, see, I'll give you a little comedy advice.
Yeah.
Here. All right. 'Cause I'm the everyman. I know what people think is funny. You don't want to get too smart.
Yeah.
You don't want to get too, you don't want to have all these words and numbers and have to, and go, okay, I guess that makes sense because priests are blah, 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 blah. That's the issue.
Should I have said that I thought about most priests throughout history and it turns out you got an expert?
Yeah. Let's do this. Let's fix this joke right now. I think if you said priests, that would have been. You go. Yeah. What? So what was the joke? Say it again.
Their odd choice for an officiant, an unmarried man standing here deciding what love is worthy. I thought about most marriages throughout history, and that's what it usually is. So congrats, you got an expert.
Yeah, I would have said. I said, but that's all priests.
Okay.
You actually got lucky with this one because I don't want to fuck a little boy. That's what I would have said because I don't want to have sex with a child. Really, that's one of those things where if you take a risk like that and it does well. How many brothers do you have?
One brother, two sisters.
Wow. Okay. And was it nerve-wracking doing the officiant thing?
It was actively no. But like people kept asking me, so the wedding was at 3:30 and it was at my parents' house. So like we were all kind of hanging around and people kept being like, you nervous? Right. And I would say no, because I genuinely thought no, but then I'd pace for 20 minutes.
Right.
So I was like, I guess I kind of am.
Yeah. It's like when you have a roast battle or something like that. If you're like doing something like that or like even doing a roast the whole day, you're like, I just want this done. Once it's done, I can relax. So what else? I mean, say me and Nicole are getting married, fulfilling out her dream of wanting to marry me. That's a new thing we're gonna run with. Just kidding. What would you do? Because I'm very interested in this.
What would I do?
Like, what did you do? You have your little joke. That
didn't do great.
It sucks because you know what? You're like, what sucks about that not doing well is you're like, now I can't fix this and do it again.
Yeah.
Like I have one shot to do this joke and I can't do it now. So, okay, you do the joke. We're here with Nicole and Brendan, and now go.
I also, sorry to start in the wrong place. I also lost the audience before I even started in that
Why?
They had me give the request, like no photos. So I was like, I thought I was being funny again and I wasn't, but I was like, just we request that everyone keeps their phones away, no pictures during the ceremony. They didn't want them because they didn't want like pictures like this in the photographer's pictures.
Right.
And so I was like, a photographer's taking pictures, they're way better at this way better at you than this anyway. Just let them take the pictures.
Right. So you started with kind of a jab.
Like, fuck this guy. Like, I'm a great picture taker.
Yeah. You started that, dude. That's so funny, man. You and I definitely have the same kind of humor when it comes to that because you say something mean, which is how I start every set, and then you go, I hate myself in some way. You're like, I'm not gonna be good at this. Blah blah blah.
They're all like, yeah, we hate you too. Dude.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Now, did you have any more jokes in it?
No, like a light. I wouldn't even call it a joke, like lighthearted. Because I mentioned how all they wanted was fast,
right?
And I was like, so that's what the human embodiment of a speed bump on their road to marriage, will do. And then I said, like, Let's do some vows.
Dude, I love because you're not really in the stand up, like you don't do stand up.
I've never done doing my first time next month.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this a part of like something that you want to do, or is it like content that you guys are making for your show?
No, it's something I want to do. I think I had done.
That's awesome.
I had done it before. I did. Tommy Smokes, who works at Barstool, he does a thing. Him and Caroline Banowitz have like a. It's basically they write a set for you, like 10 minutes, and then you have to do it as best you can.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like it's not bad material, but it's not great either.
Right.
And it's kind of just like go up there and see how you can do.
Right.
And I did all right, and I kind of liked it.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
a good feeling.
we're doing Out of Order, which is like a sketch show we have, and we're doing a little tour with it. And two of the guys, Sass and Nick Tarani, are comedians. So
Yeah.
they were going to do 10 and 15 minutes, and we're like, we kind of need 5 more to just call it a quick half hour, and then we'll do the rest of the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll do 5.
Easy
I'm
peas.
I have no idea how it's going to go, but
I'll tell you what, though. A little advice, and who am I to give advice?
No, please.
I'm the third worst Brendan in comedy. But when you said the speed bump thing, I was like, wordy, too wordy. When it's so funny when people are starting in stand up, they have this George Carlin-esque way of writing where they're like, and the da-da-da-da on a Tuesday with the blue, where it's like you don't even really talk like that. You know what I mean? Like you've never even really said that. You know,
I
before.
should have left it the human embodiment of a speed bump.
I don't even get that though. Not to. I'm sorry.
No, let's tear it apart.
I go, look, don't quit your day job. All right. No, I just, it's like, the human embodiment of a speed bump is, would you ever even say that in real life?
No.
Yeah. So look, just call me whenever you're writing.
Okay.
No, but I love this. When are you doing it?
End of October. We're doing like a little 4-city tour. We're doing Boston, New York.
And you're doing stand up on every show?
I believe so, yeah. Unless I do horribly the first time, in which case I go, I'm never doing it again.
No, dude. That's so cool, man.
But it's also like I'm excited for it, and I think it'll be fun, and I think it'll be whatever. But like it's cheating too. Like going up to it's a crowd for our audience. Like it's not really stand up,
buddy. You're gonna think it's cheating, and then when you're up there and you're like, how much time do I have if you're not doing well? And you're like, how much time do I have? And they're like, you have 4 minutes and 50 seconds. You just got up. Yeah. So
all you've done is get there and yell at us about our cell phones.
You go, okay, so I'm a speed bump. Ah, shit, Jesus. But yeah, even like the best comics, they get a little bit of leeway, and then if they're bombing, they're like, people are like, nope.
Yeah.
People will not give it to them just cause. So, just because it's your audience, I don't think. But that's so cool, dude. And have you always wanted to do that, or were you like, this just feels good?
I think I'm sure somewhere in me always wanted to do it. I always loved stand up, like since I was a kid. But it wasn't until I did that thing with Tommy and Caroline where I was like, cool. Oh, all right, this could actually be fun a little bit.
Yeah, great. That's exactly what I need. Another fucking guy that looks like me. Just doing this shit. Get out of the way. That's really cool. And I'm trying to avoid the how did you get into what you do question because that's boring as fuck. But I'm genuinely interested about like how did you get to where you're at today? Like doing this job that you guys, because you guys have a comedy show, right?
Yeah.
Like you would qualify that as like what you guys do as a comedy show in a way. I mean, it's an interview and stuff like that, but you have a lot of comedians on. You have more comedians on than any of the other shows.
For sure.
So like, where did you come from?
So it's a great question.
Wait, who are you? Where did you come from?
We're still figuring it out. So I started working at I started reading Barstool when I was in high school. And I loved it, and then failed out of a bunch of colleges and got an internship at Barstool. And then from there, I don't really know how things happened. It was like a blog we probably just blogged for 4 years. And then I think Kevin started a podcast, and then he asked me to be a guest on it. I think he asked me to be. I honestly don't remember if he asked me to be a guest or if he asked me to. And that episode went well, and he said, "Do you want to keep doing this?"
Whoa.
Or if he said, "Do you want to do this podcast with me?" I don't really remember. And I never really thought of it as anything.
Yeah.
Like, it was like when Barstool sold to Chernin in like 2016, I think the podcast network, which at the time was basically just KFC Radio and a few other, like there was the Challengers, like it was just like they just did like an MTV Challengers podcast.
Right.
There really wasn't much of a quote unquote network. But I believe I remember hearing one time Dave saying he was surprised to hear Chernin wanted it for the podcast network, or that was one of the reasons. And I was like, I thought it was just like a little fucking hobby we did. I didn't know like that was a thing.
Right.
And
That's so funny in this where you're just like, oh, fuck, do we have to like make this into a business or something? And then you're like, fuck, we should have been thinking about that months ago. And now it's over. Like,
and still,
God.
since that day, I still haven't thought about it at all. It's just like.
Now, would you consider yourself the sidekick?
Yes.
Or really?
Yeah.
Because the show is KFC or what's the name of the show?
KFC Radio.
Right.
But which is the worst name of all time. Because like at the time when we named it, it was 15 years ago, I think, or something like that. So like no one knew what podcasts were. So we had to be like, it's kind of like radio.
Well, I'll tell you what, and even as a fat guy, I don't confuse that with KFC.
Dude, it's crazy. Like,
So
is it about chicken?
You've somehow gotten away from KFC chicken. Unless, of course, I'm talking to my mom about it or something.
Right.
And then she'll have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, it's got to be, that's like a great role. I should just, you know what we should do for this podcast? Get someone to host it and I'll just be the fucking sidekick. I'm sick of this shit.
When Kevin's gone, which is very rare, but like when Kevin's gone and I kind of end up being the, interim host, it's a mess.
Nightmare, isn't it?
Like this episode sucks every time. Because I just like it's almost like when I go sit down at therapy, where it's like I'll sit down with Jackie and Paz. I'm like, what do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh my God. Those are the episodes I want to watch. I want to watch somebody having like a full on mental breakdown about the episode.
Basically always ends up being me sitting here with a microphone and Jackie and Paz, and I'll have like Paz or whoever's on the computer that day. But can you just bring up like a random topic generator, and then we'll sit there.
Let's do that right now. Nicole, can you bring up a random topic generator and we'll try to talk about it?
We do that for like 45 minutes. I'm like, all right, is that long enough?
Is there a random topic generator website?
Yeah,
There is, but to start, it's asking who we want the topic for. Anyone, business, couples, family, or essays.
I feel like my gut went couples.
My gut also went couples. I want to say anyone, but let's do couples. Oh, Nicole loves it already.
No, it's just like, it's so intense. How good are you at planning finances?
Oh, very bad.
This can't be
I'm
it.
horrible at it. Yeah, I'm horrible at it.
Yeah, I think my 2024 taxes are due in 2 weeks.
Let's not. Okay, let's do the topic generator. But anything that makes me shut down, please don't bring up because I will easily shut down on a topic like that.
What is the best part of being in a relationship, and what is the worst?
Oh, okay, all right.
The worst is having someone around.
Okay.
The best is it might be both. it might be the best.
That's
it might be
so true.
The double-edged
dude.
sword of a relationship. It might be having someone around.
I'll say this though: when you like the person that you're with, and this might just me being, I've only been in a relationship for 6 months at this point with someone that I really like. I like being around them. We agree where it's like. We were talking about this the other day where it's like if we had 12 days together, we were saying specifically if we had to spend 12 days together, we could do it, but there would be like I need to go home. I just need to go home.
That's actually my favorite phase of a relationship.
Yeah.
When you get to the part where you're comfortable with your boundaries.
Yes.
And you can go like, look, I love you. I need 15 minutes right now.
Yes.
Like, because there's like those few first months, can be even longer if you're a pussy like me. But like, where you're like just grinning and bearing it, where you're like, I need personal space so bad right now. It's literally nothing against you. I just fucking need 100%. To be alone in the room.
And when the
right
person
now.
Gets it, that's the best part. When you guys just are like so happy together and like also understand the alone time and stuff, and like you want to have someone around not just because that you want someone around, but because you want that specific person around.
Yeah,
that's what I love. The thing I hate about it, can't get other pussy. Unfortunately, not like I want it, but I'd probably there's a lot more. There's a lot more like you have to you have to take someone into consideration, right? So if I want to like cook meth or kill myself, I really have to think about that person.
That's a fair consideration.
Yeah. That's probably the worst part.
Not getting other pussy has never been an issue for me. Because I'm
You're kidding. Come on.
I'm like I think I'm like a maybe like a dad after he's been married for 30 years. And
You're like an
doesn't-
asexual dude.
Like doesn't even understand. He's like, I cannot read signs at all.
Do you feel horny at all ever?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
when I'll be at a bar, and this is single with a relationship, whatever, and like talking to somebody, and friends will be like, you guys gonna fuck? Like, what are you talking about? That person's not interested in me at all.
Person's just talking to me. You're like the complete opposite of a rapist.
Yeah.
You're like someone who's like, oh, they don't want to talk to me at all. And yeah.
I'll be like, what do you mean? We're gonna fuck her? No, she just wanted to talk to me about her fantasy football team.
Right.
They're
Right.
like, yeah, dude, that means it does. I thought she was wondering if she was start Christian McCaffrey. I said, no, he's injured.
Now this is some content. This is some content farming, okay? Have you and Kevin go out to a bar and you try to get laid. I would watch that. I would watch that. I would legitimately watch that.
I would do exceptionally poorly.
You're wearing a lav. Like, don't even mind this. You with a big light.
That would be, I think I would rather have a video of me masturbating than like
We can make that
hitting
happen.
on a person. Like it'd be I'm so bad, dude.
I don't know, dude. I'm like, look, not to toot my own horn here, but when I'm hitting on somebody, I'm the funniest I've ever been in my entire life.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'm never fun. Sometimes I'll go up on stage and I'll go, because I'll be like, how do I get better at being funny? And I'm like, just picture the crowd as a bunch of people you want to fuck and see if that happens.
See,
And-
I'm the opposite in like, I think I'm funnier when sexuality is removed from the relationship. Where like
yeah, I got
with
that.
family members, I'm funny. With my buddies' girlfriends, I'm the funniest guy in the history.
Yeah,
of the world,
dude.
Dude,
Yes.
I'll have buddies be like, you gotta stop. I'm like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I feel that when my buddies are funny, I'm like, stop being funny around her.
Yeah.
Like,
She's not gonna fuck you. We're married with 2 kids.
I'll
Like,
say
I'm
that. I'll say that right in front of her too. I'll go, get away from her. You know, but whatever. Sorry. Let's get another question. That was fun.
When you do these, are they like one word or are they full questions?
I think one I'm used to. It's only happened a few times. Like I said, Kevin's not really gone a lot, but I would say it's relayed to me in one word. So maybe they're on a different website.
Yeah, I got it. Now which one do I pick though? Mummies.
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 I think we should bring them back.
Let's not do that. Let's not just say things that we don't really feel just because of comedy for the sake of comedy.
A very fair criticism. However, now that I've said it, I think if I had
Honestly, not a terrible idea. I mean, but what I think is there's too many. What we do with dead people is horrible anyway. There's not enough fucking land.
yeah.
You know.
I'm a cremated
and we're just,
guy.
Yeah, I'm a cremate me.
I'm well, actually, to be honest, I'm gonna do whatever you want with me, guy.
Right.
Like
as soon
if,
as I'm
if
dead.
it will help your healing to bury me, fine, do that.
What's that Louis joke where he's like I want to do a thing where when I'm dead you just let whoever fuck my body, like whoever needs to get that out. That's such a funny idea.
With a Danny DeVito and Sonny when he's like, just throw me in the trash.
Okay. So we were talking about impressions in an earlier episode because I sneakily have some impressions under my fucking whatever. Here's a one word two or three word. It's a phrase impression that I think I can do. It's Danny DeVito in that episode with the wrestlers where he goes, "I'm the trash man." Oh wait, no, hold on. Let me do it again. I'm the fuck. I'm the trash man. I did it earlier, dude.
I can hear it. You're there.
No,
you're there.
You're very nice. Thank you. No, but I do like the idea of do whatever you want with my body. But I don't want any. We don't. There's too many. I don't want mummies. I don't like that idea.
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm the mummy idea never scared me, despite the fact that I loved Brendan Fraser's The Mummy.
Oh,
But-
that movie rules.
Fucking rules.
Scary though when the bugs go under the
Bugs
skin.
in the skin, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
awful. Do you have anything that when you were younger really fucked you up from a movie? Or I'll give you an example. When I went to Disney World, we went on the Muppet 3D ride, and they were doing this thing where it was like kind of 4D, where they would, a bunch of rats and stuff would be on the ground. They'd spray you with with air, and that fucked me up for a long time. That and Scary Movie. I watched Scary Movie, and that fucked me up.
Really?
Yeah, when he stabs and the tit comes out, ugh, that scared me. I don't anything like that.
I don't think so. There was I think it was a Disney, maybe it was Nickelodeon. I don't even remember the name of the movie, but it starts off. It's like a lighthearted Halloween movie, but it starts off in like a horror.
Yeah.
And someone's hand gets stuck in the garbage disposal.
Final Destination.
Is that it?
Final Destination 2. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. And then that's the one where he leaves he gets stuck in the thing, but his hand doesn't get cut. Then he leaves his apartment because it's on fire. And then he walks down the fire, what is that called? The fire escape. Yeah. Slips on a banana peel. No, he slips on spaghetti because he threw spaghetti out the window. He slips on the spaghetti, lands on the ground, and the ladder goes kink into his head. Is that what you're thinking about?
I honestly don't remember because my parents changed the channel so fast because they thought it was a horror. But then
it is a horror.
After that, I've always been scared of garbage disposal.
You know what? Me fucking too, dude.
Like if I were to build a house,
yeah,
the garbage disposal outlet would be on the other side of the room.
Yeah, keep that away.
I'm always like, a knife's gonna come flying out
under a glass. You'd have to like break it to do that stuff. Garbage disposal is very scary. The garbage disposal.
That's one that would get me. I think that's it. I mean, the child catcher from fucking Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but that's like
I never saw that movie.
That was supposed to scare you.
What's that?
The child catcher. He's the creepiest little fucking. He was like kind of he was a hook-nosed.
Whoa. Okay. All right.
He did look like Nazi propaganda. Like he had this big hook nose.
He put out a special about being Jewish.
He had a big hook. He like drove around like a cart with candy, and he kidnapped kids. It was supposed to traumatize children, and it worked. I don't have anything where I'm like, for some reason this bothers me. Like,
screw that. Mummies was horrible. What's the next one?
Well, you don't even want to dive into any Halloween stuff here because this is coming out in October.
Oh,
no costume
spooky.
That's good producing.
That is good a costume for Halloween. Oh, that's an easy, quick costume. The wrap around with toilet paper. You can't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
You have to like tape it.
It's for the saddest Halloween ever that you have on your couch by yourself. Like, I'm in costume. I'm
like, I can't move. Can someone please bring me food?
Do you still dress up?
No, I hate dressing up.
I've never been much of a dresser up for myself.
The most I'll do, and I have the little kitty ears somewhere around here, I'll just put kitty ears on, and then I'll put a little kitty nose, and I'll put whiskers, and that's the most I'll do. And then I'll wear a hoodie, and I'll wear a full onesie. But that's the most I'll do. No, I hate dressing up. I don't hate it, but I'm like over it. I don't want to do that shit. I want to just party.
Like it's if you invite me to a costume party, like I said, I'm an energy matcher. So if you invite me to a costume party, I'll put on a fucking costume.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to be the one that has the party.
Yeah, you do seem like a big costume guy, and I'm not saying that in any way. Besides that, you got that vibe,
dude. I'm actually so when I was in college, I had shoulder surgery. I had a slap tear, and it was like sometimes you'll walk out of an appointment, be it dentist, doctor, therapy, whatever.
Yeah,
and the receptionist is like, how's blank date? That work for you? And you just go, yep. And that's it. And you walk out.
Right.
So I had they basically scoped my shoulder and they were like, yeah, you need surgery. And I was like, okay, cool. And I walked out and the woman's like, how's October 27th? And I was like, that's perfect. No,
right.
When's Halloween?
October 31st.
31st. This is exactly my point. She's like, how's October 31st? And I was like, perfect. That's great.
Dude.
And so I was a sophomore in college at Florida State University. And
Which is like a party school, right?
And I had I had my surgery scheduled that day, so I didn't do anything. But I asked my roommate to pick me up, and he came in dressed like full Rufio,
right? Like
definitely like 3 to 6 beers deep. Like
who? Full Rufio?
You know Rufio from Hook.
No,
like the red mohawk, and no shirt.
What a hilarious costume! Like out of all of the costumes from Peter Pan and Hook that you could do, he comes as like a random kid.
The doctor was like, "This is who's picking you up." I'm like, "I'm not a dress up guy."
And he was drunk.
He wasn't like. It was that phase of a couple beers where you're like, maybe I should be driving, maybe I shouldn't be, but I'm gonna.
Right. We're just like, we're gonna go back to the party. Yeah. Did you party after that?
No, fuck no. I got home from that and like. I don't remember what day it was on, but like I remember laying down on my couch with a bottle of pills, and then
oh my God.
like waking up like 3 days later. It's like
That's the saddest thing that's ever happened on a holiday, and there's a thing called the Valentine's Day Massacre. Okay, so that's very sad to just be on. People are having a party, and you're at college, and you're just from a surgery. That sucks.
but that's not my saddest holiday.
What's your saddest holiday?
I've told this story many a time, but when I was in 5th grade, I got E. coli on Christmas Eve morning, and I got taken to the hospital, and they shoved something up my ass like a pill.
Oh my god!
And then they were like, just
Silver
don't
bells.
go to the bathroom, and I went to the bathroom right away, and they're like, so we're gonna have to admit you.
You went to the bathroom? Like they shoved something up your ass and you shit?
It was like a pill that was supposed to kill bacteria in my intestines or whatever E. coli does. I don't really know. And
oh my god!
And they're like, all right, we're gonna have to admit you. And then
where was this?
This is in Fall River, Massachusetts, Charles Memorial Hospital.
Yeah.
And the morning it started with basically I went to the movies the night before, and I came home and I was like, I don't feel good. My mom was like, just go to bed, you'll be fine.
Did you eat anything at the movie?
No.
What movie
I'm
was
sure
it?
I had candy, but like nothing that could fuck you up.
Right.
But so I wake up in the morning and my parents are setting up for Christmas Eve, and I'm like, I couldn't stand up straight, and I was like, I gotta go to the hospital. And Mom's like, she has my sister, who at the time was probably like 14, take me to CVS to get Pepto-Bismol. And I come home and I just chugged the whole bottle and I spiked it on the ground. I was like, now bring me to the hospital.
Whoa.
My mom was like, fine, we'll take you to the hospital. You little whiny baby.
Whiny is a under, I would be like, this kid's going to shoot up a school. You just spiked a Pepto-Bismol. Take me to the
hospital. So I get admitted to the hospital, and I'm thinking that my parents and my family are going to spend Christmas with me. And my mom and dad come in and they're like, so you're all set? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like, all right, we're going to head over to your aunt's for Christmas Eve. And I was like, wait, you're going? And then so they left. And then the real kicker on this is that my aunt lived directly across the street from the hospital. So in my window, I could see my family having Christmas.
No fucking way. No way.
They would get
That's
Santa,
crazy. And they just happen to place you right by the window that you could see right in your aunt's house.
Santa rolled up in like a Buick LeSabre, and I watched him get out and fucking bring gifts to the kids.
Yeah, they come by. They're like, I got to head back there, but how you doing? Yeah. Santa's giving everyone BMWs. Yeah. This is crazy.
And then like I was probably in the hospital for like a week or so. And then
how'd you get E. coli?
Raw meat, which my mom knew. Like she knew it was raw.
Oh,
like when
she
I was
fed it to you?
When I was at the hospital, when I was at the doctor beforehand, he's like, have you eaten anything bad? And in the middle of my saying no, my mom goes, yeah. And I was like, lady, you're the one who feeds me.
Oh my god,
what the fuck did I eat? She goes, he had some meat in American chop suey that wasn't so good. And
oh
I was
my
like,
god,
you made the American chop suey. What are you talking about?
There's that Pepto-Bismol hanger that we saw before.
But then it was like after a week in the hospital, or however long it was, so roughly a week. My dad picked me up, but he had work and my mom had work, so he just dropped me off at home and he had to get back to work. And I got home to the lights all out. Just the Christmas tree lights on with just my presents under the tree still.
Oh, that's kind of nice. Did you open them alone?
I just sat there and opened them alone. Yeah.
That's so sad.
The first time
that Christmas song? I want to hear that Christmas song.
The first time I ever told that story was on KFC radio, and at the time, Asa Akira, the porn star, people may have heard of her. She was a co-host, and she started weeping, and I was like,
"Really?"
I was like, "Oh no, I'm telling it funny." And he's like, "This is the saddest thing ever." Like I have a great relationship with Bradley. We're good. It's fine.
Oh my god, how But
it was the best.
How
Christmas.
sad does your story have to be to make a porn star cry?
It was the best Christmas of my life to this day, because you didn't have the anxiety of like, am I showing enough love and appreciation and gratitude for these gifts? Like, it was just like, this one sucks, throw that away.
Dude, your way of thinking is insane. You're like, actually, that was a really nice Christmas because I didn't have to pretend I liked any of the presents. Fucking week in a hospital, looking outside the window, seeing everybody party.
Dude, every Christmas morning now, I'm still always like, God, it'd be great if I was in a hospital and I could just do this alone in 3 days.
Oh my God. What's your favorite holiday? Is it Christmas?
Yeah, for sure. Thanksgiving and later in my life has started to give it a real run for its money.
Yeah, Thanksgiving can suck my dick.
Really?
Yeah, I hate it.
How come?
Because my parents are divorced, so I do 2 Thanksgivings.
Yeah.
Which sucks ass.
That's tough.
Yeah, it just is like, and it's not fun. There's nothing fun. I don't really like the color brown. Like, there's nothing fun
but
about
there's like
it.
football. The food is better.
I don't watch football.
Mm.
Food is fine.
Yeah.
I love Christmas, though.
Christmas is great, but the kind of like, obviously this isn't going to surprise anybody, but like, I hate gifts. I hate them.
Really?
And
All right, well, I guess we're not going to give you what you got.
that beating we had.
Why do you hate gifts?
Because I just don't know if I'm returning the energy well enough. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I love this.
Sure.
Like,
The
I'm
anxiety, yeah.
I'm 36 now, and I'm very lucky to have a very loving family where like my aunts still get me gifts. And
Yeah.
like, I don't even drink coffee. Why did you get me a $50 Dunkin' gift card? Just don't get me anything.
I will take that $50 Dunkin' gift card if you're giving it away.
It's like
I get that though. There is like but it is it's like a minute of being like, oh wow, I hope I'm giving the same energy for like, a good amount of time of being like, thank God I have people in my life that give me stuff.
No, it is. It's incredibly nice, but it's like
I
don't want to like. I'm not a charity. I think also like.
Charity case.
Like
I'm not a charity case. Someone gives you a gift. Oh, what is this, charity?
It's like, here's a $50 check from my aunt. I'm like, fucking keep that. I don't need $50. Keep that yourself, please.
But people like giving people stuff.
Yeah, but they like that.
That's the gift.
And then I feel like I owe them the gift of an insane amount of gratitude. And I'm like,
and how hard is it to, you just go, hey, thanks.
I say that, but I don't think that's enough. I don't think I give enough back.
I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. I'm giving you shit, but I'm totally with you on that. I'm like, oh God, this is and then you get something you don't like, and you're like, great.
Right.
You go, oh wow, thanks. I'm sick. I'm not gonna act like I like presents anymore. I'm done. I'm gonna be as completely honest as possible.
This sucks.
I'm gonna go, I don't want this. You got the
Why
receipt?
did you get this from me?
I'll take it back and I'll take the money.
I would actually be much more willing to have that conversation if if we could be honest. I could be like, what makes you think you need to get me a gift when you don't know anything about me? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
dude,
you got me a Dunkin' gift card. Clearly, you don't really know me.
Wow, you and I are real nightmares, huh? Someone gives you a gift and you're like, what do you think, you know me? Anyway, do you have anything to plug?
Out of Order. Please check out Out of Order. Subscribe to the YouTube.
Yeah, you're in Sass's sketch show, right?
Yeah.
I hit up Sass to do the episode today, and he never got back to me.
Really?
Not this one, but the
Sass
one
is
before
not
that.
very communicative.
Yeah.
I remember asking Francis once. I was like, because they travel together a lot and do a lot of shows together.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you like? How do you talk to Sass? He's like, I probably just wouldn't. He's a quiet man, and I respect the fuck out of that.
I like that kid.
Yeah, he's the
kid.
best.
He's the best. Yeah.
I wish he liked me more.
Yeah. Sketch show's really funny too, dude.
Thank you very much.
I can't wait to see your stand up, man.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's ever gonna see it unless you're in the show. But
tickets on sale. Let's buy tickets.
Tickets, I think they're sold out.
Oh, fucking A, man. I get there. I think I'm on a comp list.
Yeah.
Like, ooh,
show up
comps at capacity. Such a scam. What a scam. Put me on a comp list. And then I get there and I go, ooh, comps at capacity.
Comps at capacity. I've never even heard that phrase. What does that mean? Like, comps at capacity, if you pay $25, we'll get you in? Like, what the fuck does a comp mean?
Fuck you!
The capacity, that word means nothing if you I can come in.
Right. I actually regret not going in there, too. I was like, I'll just go to the cellar or whatever. But I was like, man, I wish I went in there.
Yeah, I was
hung out. That would have been really fun. Were you there?
No, it was the same day of my brother's wedding. So I didn't make it, but
it looked so much fun.
I'm sure everyone puts on a hell of a show.
He's great. You're all great, dude. All the guys, except for, I don't know, Fat Greg or
Fat
whoever.
Greg.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Greg
Is there a guy named Fat Greg there?
He's a nightmare. Imagine if it was like, oh yeah, no, Fat Greg is tough.
Fucking Fat Greg. Rapist.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this, dude.
Dude, thank you so much for having me.
One more thing to plug if you got anything. Your handles, anything like that.
Listen to KFC Radio if you like.
These guys rule. Sagdaddy the pod.
The rap Jack Black and Sagdaddy, I'm back at it with a fantastic podcast for your asses. Yapping in a trap like a rescue cat, and the rescued up like they're waiting on the Batman. You tuned into the dude who threw booze back, blacked out, woke up drunk, covered in bruises. It's Sagdaddy the pod, an odd fellow, the great white chubby. I'm becoming a marshmallow. It's It's Sagdaddy the pod, so sit back and relax, cause like a broken arm, I got a cast now. It's Sagdaddy the pod, you made a good choice, so enjoy, don't be annoyed, now here's my dumb voice. So recognizable, ski master, unreliable, diary of a guy who's higher than a freaking diving board. I'm tired, call me biting you as lang, cause you align with your wardrobe. Give that back, you ain't that guy, bro. Kaleidoscope stripping, goddamn I'm tripping, sipping shroom tea, looking at a blank television. Got a girl here gripping, thinking we'll do some business, but that's the last thing that I want.
Seriously.
Big dog, I'm on shirts now. Still scared that my house is gonna burn down. I'm a rare card, an old Charizard, getting BJ's on a bench of a promenade. Don't know what to do, I got a lot of problems, lot of emotional truths. I menage them, I'm getting robbed every time I get a coffee, cause $6 is just too much.
Keep it on the low. We can keep it on the low. We can keep it on the low. But all you do is wrong.
Dream team, me and Galeen and the 4 Beatles, kidnapping whores illegally, pumping them full with needles, eating Chinese till Steven asks us to order a pizza. Walk to run to get it, I can't do either. It's Sagdaddy the pod, don't think twice, just bob your head, dealing your chicken with no rice. It's Sagdaddy the pod, and on God I won't stop, unless I wanna, that's kinda the deal, huh? It's Sagdaddy the pod, no need to deviate, your ears are not the only holes that I'm about to penetrate. It's Sagdaddy the pod, so thanks for tuning in, Truman Show flow, if I don't see you, you can suck my dick.